Good morning, everyone. I wanted to take the time to go over some of the information regarding the synthesis essay. This is a challenging essay, so I want you to know that if you're feeling like you're struggling a little bit or you're unsure of the prompt, these are typical feelings to be feeling. Please don't forget that you can always reach out to your fellow classmates via email, as well as on D2L, so that you don't feel like you are alone in this. Please feel free to collaborate. I wanted to go over the assignment here. Um, After reading Black Boy and I Am Malala, you'll be required to analyze the role of education, oppression, and the connection between the two in each text. You all have done a lot of this work in the discussion board. If you took the time to really do that, I know some people took a look on the internet and just found common quotes, read some summaries. But if you really did the work the past 2 weeks, you should really have a good grounding of the role of education and oppression in those two texts. So now you will synthesize the two texts, okay? You will need to identify the roles of the oppressed and the oppressor, as well as the role of education in both of those texts. How are they similar? How are they different? How can we connect these ideas to the research from your research papers? So what you're doing, your prompt, is what is the role of education and oppression in Black Boy and I Am Malala? Are they similar or are they different, and how? So that will turn out to be your thesis statement. Your thesis statement always answers the prompt. So your thesis statement is going to look something like the role of education and oppression are similar in Black Boy and I Am Malala because, or they're different in I Am Malala and Black Boy because, or the role of education is the same, but maybe the oppression is different. So you're basically taking a look at how these two texts, quote, talk to each other, okay? They are completely different time periods. One is a male author, one is a female author, one is a male, one is a female, one is Black, one is Middle Eastern. Are their ages similar? Are their oppressors different? So you're taking a look at really a deep dive into these two texts and then answering that topic by reviewing quotations and topics and paraphrasing from those two texts, okay? Please notice that the rough draft is going to be about 4 pages in length, okay? I am going to cut this down to 3 pages, okay? 3 pages, and I'm going to ask that your final be 4 to 5 pages, okay? I hope that makes things a little bit easier for you all. What I want to do next is take a look at some synthesis work here, okay? I just did some simple Googling, nothing too crazy here, okay? Now, this website here gives some examples. Synthesis Essay 1. How does a small shop survive in this global area? Okay, I'm going to send these to these websites to you in an email when I send this video out. So you can see here that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 paragraphs. Okay, so I'm not looking for something small. You can look at some of these paragraphs and see how they are supporting their thesis, okay? Please don't ask a question in your thesis. That's not good. But you can read this example here. I'm going to give you a bunch of examples to kind of see how they are taking information and having it talk to one another, okay? Introduction includes the thesis statement and argument. Your argument is your thesis statement, okay? You are saying if the role of education and oppression is the same, different, or one is different and one is similar for your prompt. Body paragraphs, you're going to support them from evidence, from an analyzed source. Ladies and gents, that is Black Boy and I Am Malala. You must include quotations from both of these texts. In fact, you will probably have one or two of those quotations in each paragraph. And analysis, all right? Analysis is what you can't just plop a quote into a essay and expect me to know that that quote supports what you're saying. So your analysis is basically, here's a quote, and now I'm going to tell you all the ways that this quote represents what I am supporting in my thesis statement. Okay? Here are some more examples. Okay? If you want to go even further, make your you may need help with the most successful techniques. These are successful techniques for a synthesis essay. Summary. 2+ reasons. Example, illustration, concession, straw man, compare and contrast. Okay? Right here, you're doing a lot of comparing and contrasting in this essay. Okay? So if it makes it easier for you to think about this as a compare and contrast essay, I can understand that. That would work for me. I have been looking up graphic organizers for you, but I do believe that I sent you one in the email. Basically what you're doing is you need to come up with an answer for yourself. You need to say, okay, are they similar? Are they different? Is one the same? One different? And then what you want to do is kind of get quotes down on a piece of paper. Pick 2 quotes and say, how did these 2 quotes from Black Boy and I Am Malala talk to each other? Do they represent oppression? Do they represent different kinds of oppression? Do they represent education? Do they represent the value of education? Do they represent education itself? Does it represent who gets education? Okay. So all of these are going to be very important pieces of information that you're going to need. Phrases that begin the work of synthesis. Okay. I'm putting this here because source A asserts that. So I Am Malala asserts that blank. And then Black Boy agrees with this when he or she states, according to both I Am Malala and Black Boy, what? The combined conclusion of sources indicate that. The evidence shows that. These are all good sentence starters to demonstrate synthesis, okay? Now, synthesis that indicates disagreement or conflict. All right, source A asserts that, but source B offers a different perspective. So these are very good examples that indicate that synthesis is this careful weaving of opinions. Okay, now this will be your careful weaving of opinion by using the sources, which is I Am Black Boy and I Am Malala. Okay, so if I bring up, let me see if I can bring up Microsoft Word here. All right, this is something I'm working on. Here we go. New document. Okay. So if I bring up right here, okay, what does Black Boy say about education? What does Black Boy say about oppression? Or how is education experienced in Black Boy? How is oppression experienced in Black Boy? Okay. What does Black Boy, what does I Am Malala say about education? How is education experienced in I Am Malala? What does I Am Malala say about oppression? How is oppression experienced in Black Boy? Now, are these questions or different? In what ways? Okay, then you'll get to your thesis statement. All right, Black Boy and I Am Malala both demonstrate education and oppression, right? And then you'll just have to go with that. Or maybe they don't both, in your opinion, demonstrate education and oppression, okay? Maybe you have some different feelings. Black boy demonstrates the oppression of black men. However, I Am Malala shows that blah, blah, blah. Okay? You see, you have many different ways of approaching this. There is not one right answer. Each of you have read these two texts, and each of you have done the work on the discussion, and each of you is getting a different reaction to these texts. Something may have hit you differently than it hit someone else. So I am not going to read 15 of the same paper. And if I do read 15 of the same paper, then there's a problem. But I am going to be reading how you interpreted these texts, and you need to use the two texts to demonstrate to me why we've come to that conclusion. Okay? I'm not looking for a right answer or a wrong answer. I am looking for your answer, and your answer as a supported answer. Okay? So in order to build this argument, you are going to have to show me what Black Boy says about oppression, what Black Boy says about education, what I Am Malala says about education, what I Am Malala says, okay? You're going to have to show me all of that in your paper. You're going to have to build that in each of the paragraphs, and then you're going to have to get to the point where you are answering and showing me how you find that they are similar or different. Okay, so right there, you've got several paragraphs. What does Black Boy say about education? How is education experienced? So those are different questions. I would also utilize the synthesis graphic organizer that I sent you in the email. And I'm going to be sending you this video along with some links on some resources that can help you begin writing this synthesis paper. Remember, I changed the rough draft to 3 pages. And I changed the final copy to 4 pages. Okay, I'm working with you here. I get that everybody is experiencing stress and things like that, okay? You should be able to do your final copy in 4 pages, all right? Especially because you're including quotes from each of these texts, all right? I'm going to give you a rule of thumb. For every 1 sentence of quote from the text, you need to provide 2 sentences of analysis, all right, or your discussion. I should not see a whole paper full of quotes from I Am Malala and Black Boy, okay? I'm going to be posting this. I'll send this to you via email along with these resources. I hope that they are helpful. Please reach out if you need anything. Remember, the rough draft due by 11:59 on Sunday. Okay? So please do not miss that due date. Remember, in the email I did say that if you do not make that due date, that the highest grade you can receive on this paper is a C. All right, we're nearing the end here. We've only got a couple more days left. Stay strong. I know everybody's overwhelmed and overworked. I'm there with you. I've got lots of papers. I got 4 papers I have to write between now and Sunday. So I am here for you. I get it. I'm overwhelmed. Stay the course. We are almost there. All right, best of luck, everybody.